Also, under that order, long-term care facilities can now have visitors. And that's a turning point for many local families because after a year apart, they can now visit their loved ones in person. Our Katie Crowther has some emotional reunions.
It's hard not to cry when seeing videos like this. Two boys hugging their grandma for the first time in a year. Long overdue family photos. All of these hugs happening at Wilson Commons in Milwaukee, which is part of Capri Communities. The CEO and staff sharing in this joy.
Just the fact that grandkids could visit, their kids could visit, they could start, and particularly those residents in our memory care, where they're at depending on where they are in that journey, there's a lot of confusion, and now being able to actually hug and touch is just, I can't tell you how excited I am.
That excitement felt in every visit. Jerry Krupp Gordon's dad was moved into memory care at Grace Commons in Menominee Falls before COVID-19 hit. She's never gone 365 days without hugging him or seeing him in person. The relief, palpable. And over at St. Camillus, 80-year-old Judy Hayes finally got to catch up with her old friends, the Jacobys.
It's always great to see them in person.
Right.
Really wonderful. It's been difficult. It's been difficult. However, thank God for the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell was a wonderful man.
Amen. Sharing jokes better in person.
Oh, it's good to see her. Always good to see Judy. Judy's an old friend. Well, she is old. And we've known her for a long time.
But in all seriousness, in-person visits with family and friends can mean the difference between life and death for some of the older residents with more severe health challenges, too many of whom we lost in the past year.
It's been terrifically hard on them, how isolating it can be. Yeah, when you can't get out of your room and you stay in here, it's hard.
Hugs and hand-holding, providing new hope.
I can clearly see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Every long-term care facility has different rules in place. There is a limit on the number of visitors allowed inside at one time, and those visitors must give a heads up that they're coming. Masks must be worn, and everyone is asked to be mindful of physical distancing. Also, if you come, expect to fill out a health questionnaire and do a temperature check before entering. In Milwaukee, Katie Crowther, TMJ4 News.
Katie, thank you very much. You can't underestimate the power of touch. And to give you an idea of how bad the COVID crisis was in Wisconsin, we dug a little deeper. Only 2% of people living in long-term facilities in Wisconsin contracted COVID. Now, that's according to data from the state. However, of those with confirmed cases, 45%, or nearly 3,000 people, died.